Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a big W. Check this out. Yesterday, this got released right here, and it was after I did my video about everything that was covered. Yes, I forget everything that was in there. All right, YouTube striking a bunch of different creators for criticizing transgender issues, and it's only a matter of time. That's why I'm over on Rumble as well. Shout out to them, and that's where we're also going to be streaming very shortly as well as over here on YouTube for as long as they'll have me. But it's their house, and hey, if I come in with dirty shoes and I just start scuffing up the floors, well, you know what? You can always find me over on Rumble because they don't care. It's so much cooler over there anyways, and if you're watching this over there, shout out to you. You're already ahead of the curve. But yes, that video went up yesterday, and then I seen earlier this morning, because social media could have burnt to the ground in totality last night. I didn't care about any of that stuff. Little mini vacation for me. But then I seen, within when I woke up this morning at 10 hours or something like that ago, there were some statements that let's get her name correctly because she's now unemployed. Alissa Heinerscheid. Okay, she was taking a leave of absence right now. Oh yes, very nice. It's like, oh yeah, you can't fire me. I quit. Well, actually, you've just been replaced. Sucks to suck. All right, so this came out late last night. Bud Light management changes. On a Friday night, they decide to make big VP-related changes. Interesting. Anheuser-Busch has shared a statement with with Beer Business Daily. That's what BBD stands for. BBD. On management changes to Bud Light in the wake of the Dylan Mulvaney can controversy. Oh, no. It's more than just the can. It's more than just the can, because nobody wants to think about Dylan Mulvaney's can. Former Bud Light marketing VP Alissa Heinerscheid, who was at the post for not quite a year. Couldn't even make it a year, ladies and gentlemen. She's the first VP of marketing for Bud Light. Couldn't even make it a year. And you tell me that women want equal pay? I can't believe it. They can't even do a good job. They can't even be there for a year. I can't believe it, people. We understand she has decided to take a leave of absence. Yep. Todd Allen is now VP of Bud Light, reporting directly to CMO Benoit Garbet. Yes, you need to tell me about all of your marketing decisions now, because we don't need to have a big fuck up like we do right now. It appears Todd was most recently VP of Global Marketing for Budweiser. And yeah, we do actually have some information. I took a look at his LinkedIn page, and this guy's seems like he's about it. Okay, like he's been in the biz for a long time, working his way up. It almost seems like this is a guy who got to his position through, check this out, climbing the meritocracy ladder. It's wild. It's like he paid his dues and he worked his way up, and he got given his station because he worked for it. What the fuck? Anyways, so Todd Allen, Vice President of Global Marketing, Budweiser at Anheuser-Busch InBev. So yes, it looks like he's also going to be taking over for Bud Light as well. Hasn't updated this yet. He's probably celebrating right now. Entrepreneurial senior marketing executive with more than 22 years experience in fast-moving consumer goods. Innovative marketer with extensive cross-functional business experience, developing and implementing strategies to build national brands, deliver profitable growth, and drive market share. A motivational leader, a record of building and retaining high-performing teams. Fantastic. He's got all of his specialties here, a bunch of different articles that he's liked, all related to, Anheuser-Busch brands and all that shit. But yeah, his experience, Vice President of Global Marketing for Budweiser for the past 2 years, 6 months. Interesting. So he's already been there twice as long as Alissa. I was going to go Allison again. Anyways, but yes, and then before that, he was working for Labatt Breweries of Canada, so he was up in my neck of the woods. Labatt does Molson, all the Molson Canadian products, but it's also Anheuser-Busch's Canadian outreach program. So every Bud product that you get is also brewed through a Labatt distillery. So I know that there was one, I'm not too sure if it's still functional, but it used to be right across from the Delta Hotel in Edmonton as well. Yeah, that's a big Labatt's brewery. So that's the exact same shit. So if you were Canadian, you were participating in the boycott against Bud Light and the different Anheuser-Busch products, you would have had to put down your Molson Canadians as well. And that's a bridge too far bar for so many stupid drunks, especially because the Oilers are in the playoffs right now, huh? I don't even know. I think they just lost or something like that. Fuck the Oilers. Anyways, Vice President of Global Marketing Sales for Stella Artois. So this guy's been under the banner for a long time, all the way back until March of 2015. Oh yeah, and even before that, working for Labatt Breweries since 2012, director of marketing. Before that, working in Heinkel, and then also Unilever. So this guy, he's done his shit, okay? And I like to see somebody who's actually advanced, hasn't just, been given their position because of their genitalia, because, hey, guess what? If you don't end up earning your position, you get appointed to your decision, you end up producing a shitty product. Like, I can't tell you the amount of different times you see this exact same thing happen. It's just very rare that you end up seeing somebody who, it's reported last night that, yes, as we understand, she has decided to take a leave of absence. No, she's just been flat out replaced, because here we have right here, Bud Light marketing executive behind the Dylan Mulvaney partnership takes a leave of absence. No, man, she is out of there. Bud Light senior marketing executive behind the controversial Dylan Mulvaney ad has taken a leave of absence, according to a report. Alissa Heinerscheid, vice president of marketing for the popular beer, will be replaced by Budweiser global marketing VP Todd Allen, Ad Adage reported on Friday. Heinerscheid has led the brand since June. Oh, Jesus Christ, like, that's not even close to a year. Man, you suck. It's unclear if her replacement will be permanent. Yes, the move comes as Bud Light and its parent company, Anheuser-Busch, has faced immense backlash for its partnership with Mulvaney, a transgender influencer who rose to fame chronicling her gender transition on social media. Yeah, getting a whole bunch of undue attention, then just capping it off with, oh my god, look at all these sponsorships, look at these millions of dollars that I'm making. Good. At the conclusion of Mulvaney's transition, she dubbed 365 days of girlhood, but now she's trying to walk it back and say womanhood because everybody's starting to associate the trans community with a bunch of groomers. I'm not saying it's a big leap of logic, but that's the way that it is. The beer maker ascend to the activist custom-made can featuring her face, which she revealed in an April 1st Instagram post with the hashtag Bud Light partner. Well, Bud Light's pretty appropriate. She later posted another video enjoying one of the beers in a bathtub. Yes. And then another video after that saying, yes, go team, March Madness, and yay. Even though it didn't look like any of the beer actually got drank out of the can, which is kind of funny in and of itself. You try to buy somebody's endorsement and they don't even imbibe in your product. Holy. A day before Mulvaney announced her partnership, Heinerscheid was interviewed on the podcast Make Yourself at Home, where she discussed her work in transforming the Bud Light brand from its fratty and out-of-touch humor to a beer company that embraces inclusivity. And everybody decided to embrace you by kicking your shit out the fucking door. Take a hike, you dumb bitch. I'm a businesswoman. I had a really clear job to do when I took over Bud Light, and it was, this brand is in decline. It's been in decline for a really long time. And if we do not attract young drinkers to come and drink this brand, then there will be no future for Bud Light. So yeah, we're going to take an unpopular fringe idea like a tranny and throw it on top of that and think that everybody's going to show up for that. Are you out of your mind? Obviously, she has a long time now to collect her thoughts on the unemployment line. Sucks to suck. She said she brought belief to the brand. Yes, manifest it, girl. That to evolve and elevate means to incorporate inclusivity, to mean shifting the tone, to mean having a campaign that's truly inclusive, and feels lighter and brighter and different and appeals to women and men. She also disparaged the work of Bud Light's her past branding. What, like hot chicks in bikinis? Yeah, because dudes drink beer. Women drink seltzers, mixed drinks, a bunch of different fruity shit that kind of tastes like beer but is mostly just liquid candy. Like, if you've been out, clearly she has, with all of those different leaks that are out there, doing shots out of condoms, the fucking frat whore. But good for her, though. Go out there and live your best life and, work until you're 50 or 60 years old and then have somebody else give birth to your kid. Yeah, exactly. All you girls can have it all if you're making that much money. Continue to sell the dream and lie, you fucking hag. Sorry, I think that's probably the most damaging thing. Like anybody in her position would have also, you know, signed up Dylan Mulvaney. He's popping right now. That totally makes sense. But the fact that she's trying to sell the whole idea that I love my family and all that stuff, and then also as a surrogate when she's in her 40s and can't naturally produce a kid, it's like, we all know what time it is. You're a fucking liar. You're trying to sell your degenerate lifestyle to the population at large. It is just resulting in mass unhappiness for most women that are out there. Like, you're a fucking liar, okay? And now at least you're gonna have a maximal opportunity to spend time with your kids, because you're done. But yeah, that guy right there, he looks like somebody who would actually enjoy the product that is out there, wouldn't try to fundamentally change it. And if he was responsible for that Clydesdale Budweiser ad, like, we watched it and it's like, yeah, there's some elements in that make you just kind of roll your eyes, but it's part and parcel of what's going out there in today's day and age. But it isn't offensive. Like, it has subversive elements to it, and maybe I'm just keen to those issues, but in general, it did have a patriotic tone. It was just poorly placed right in the eye of this insane hurricane of backlash that they're facing right now. But if he's responsible for that shit, and that's going to be the return, the back to basics approach that Bud Light could theoretically be taken, yeah, you might be willing to take the foot off the gas when it comes to the boycott, but it's producing results right now. Like, I don't see why anybody would be walking this back. Okay, cool, you have one personnel decision change. Okay, great. Now they have to earn your trust back. Don't be so easy to just, you know, flip the switch on this one. Yeah, it produced results. I'm never for anybody losing their job or anything like that, but if you do a shitty job and your sales start to fucking go down, we don't know for sure if the yeah, you do. You wouldn't have been making personnel decision changes like this if everything was all hunky-dory and this was just a fringe minority of people out there being outspoken on the internet. No, you fucked up. You fucked up because your main consumer base didn't like the decision that you were going. Listen, they were all totally happy with just the old neon Bud Light sign at their local watering hole, okay? They were just happy with the Bud Light 24-pack that they could pull right off the shelf, two rows from the bottom, straight out of the cooler. They were happy with that. But if you're trying to push all of your chicks with dicks propaganda in their face, yo, that shit flies. Maybe in New York, maybe in Los Angeles, but in Missouri and Arkansas, oh yeah, I don't fucking think so. And she was the wrong person for the job. She might be a great person to, I don't know, be the VP of marketing for, I don't know, some chest binder. I don't know. Go fucking work for Kim Kardashian's Skins brand, okay? Like, sell bulge reducing products. Like, I don't fucking know, nor do I care. I don't like beer like that. I don't drink. I've never drank a drop in my life and highly unlikely to ever do that. I'm just not for people who didn't earn their position and are not right in that role. We had this hangover. I mean, Bud Light had kind of been a brand of fratty, kind of out of touch humor. Yeah, but it resonated with the people who liked the brand. And what were your markers that, oh yeah, no, it's kind of an out of touch brand and the humor's kind of dated? Well, I guess they told a pretty funny joke that they were going to be bringing in the first ever VP of marketing for Bud Light, and everybody finally stopped laughing, you know, just short of a year. So, whatever. And it was really important that we had another approach. Again, she's just following the money. 80% of the consumer base is, you know, decided by women. Okay, they control 80% of the purse strings. 60 to 70% of the debt is owned by women, and now women are starting to binge drink, and that video is going to be coming out, I think, Monday or something like that, Monday or Tuesday, so stay tuned for that. But women are starting to outdrink men, so yeah, of course it made sense to pivot in that direction. You just went from step 1 to step 589, or maybe 365, because you were so inspired to thunder a can. It's like, you fucked up. You see this every once in a while. It was like when political correctness started to enter the cultural zeitgeist in the late 90s. Everybody, you know, started to hear all this stuff on the university campuses. And they're like, no, we don't want to do that. And go take your shit and fuck off. And like, oh, shucks. And then it started to come back about 10 years later, and they came in a little bit softer, a little bit more subversive, and now we're here at this point in time. Now we're talking about, we probably shouldn't have mentally deranged individuals raising our kids, shaking their, you know, feminine penises in front of them. If we could stop doing that for a second, that would be great. If we could just let kids be kids, wonderful. But now you can see all of the backlash, especially, I think there was a pride parade in Florida that was being announced, and maybe I'll do something on that in the future, but it ended up getting canceled because because Florida was going to enforce that, yeah, it could only be an adult only performance because it was going to be sexual in nature, and because they couldn't have kids there, they just decided, futs, we can't have that there. Very interesting. And then there's also a dual bill that's going on, one in Washington and one in Florida, that is, it's sending the wrong message from that community, especially the one down there in Florida, which you may or may not have heard about, that involves given the death sentence to people who like to diddle kids. Need not go any further than that. You can go ahead and decipher what I mean by that. And then now the trans community is taking that as an act of aggression against them. It's like, what are you guys admitting? Stop self-snitching, you bunch of fucking degenerates. After her comments went viral amid the controversy, critics called Heinerscheid a hypocrite. Well, now you can call her unemployed. Wah, 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 wah. When photos surfaced appearing to show the executive enjoying the fratty culture she dismissed while she was a student at Harvard. Yes, in the ISIS party club. Okay. Heinerscheid was mocked after images on her now-deleted Facebook page showed her at the campus scavenger hunt, blowing up condoms like balloons and downing beers, and taking pictures with gardeners, I don't fucking know, during a 2006 booze fest. Yo, that bitch so old, she was getting fucking shit-faced on a Harvard campus, and I would have been playing, what, Assassin's Creed at that time in grade 10? Wild. Despite the immediate backlash on her partnership with Mulvaney, Bud Light initially defended the move before later offering a half-hearted apology that wasn't an apology at all by another straight white man. Funny. Listen, we have a bunch of people that work for us. Stop boycotting us because we don't want to have to cut any of those jobs trying to hold the public hostage. It's like, no, you guys made a bad decision. Now people don't want to buy your product. Big fucking shock. We're in the business of bringing people together over a beer. Yeah, but you're trying to force a bunch of shit that your consumer base doesn't want. So, hey man, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. In the weeks after Bud Light's partnership with Mulvaney, Anheuser-Busch saw its value plummet more than $5 billion. At some point, $6 billion. Now, I think it's settled at about nice 5.5. We'll call it square right there. But like I said, man, if you think that mission accomplished on this one, they'll be counting your chickens before they hatch, at least in my opinion. Like I've said a bunch of different times so far, just wait, because Pride Month this year, this June, is going to be fucking nuts, bro. And I'm just not talking about the female spokesperson. So, with all of that said, check me out here in about, not like that though, or you could, I guess. I'm whoring myself in front of the camera and with this microphone. And we're going to be talking about the colloquial perception of the manosphere, and I've also got a couple of different articles that are going to be up there that we can go over as well that are equally as disturbing. So we got some video reactions, and mostly we're just going to be shitting on these dumb bitches because that shit is fun as fuck. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone. Hopefully see you in a bit. Bye bye.